Let's have a conversation. Tell me what you think about the issues of the world. What kind of spice you wanna be? Tell me where you wanna travel. Do you believe in luxury? What's your hidden passion? What makes you so unique? Conversations with Nicole. Conversations with Nicole. Conversations with Nicole. Conversations with Nicole.
Greetings. Welcome to Conversations with Nicole. In recognition of Women's History Month, we are discussing women in prison and reentry resources. Author, coach, and trainer Patricia McCray shares her experiences as an inmate and now as an instructor at the same institute where she once was detained. Let's listen in on the conversation.
Hey, married to.
Uh-huh.
And that relationship, tell me more about that relationship.
In that relationship, he was the first man I became acquainted with and dated. And in that relationship, what caused me to quit school was he forced himself upon me. And I felt that I didn't have anyone to tell what happened to me. I felt that my family would just tell me that I was no good, that I wasn't worth anything, that I allowed it to happen. So we got married.
Okay.
And I just fell into the point of being happy about it and trying to convince myself that this was what I wanted, and it wasn't.
You were trying to make the best of it.
I was trying to make the best of it.
So you had 3 children,
Had 3 children.
but you were not happy.
I was not happy at all.
It was an abusive relationship.
I feared greatly for my life because of what was happening. He'd leave on weekends with various women. They were very bold. They'd pick him up in front of the house. He'd leave with them. We were finally able to buy a car. I bought a car, and I came outside a couple of mornings, and my car had been egged with raw eggs.
Oh, my
Almost 2
goodness.
dozen eggs were all over my car.
Unbelievable.
And it was just really frightful. And those kinds of things where I wouldn't go downtown. I was afraid to go get groceries without someone being with me. And I dare not take the kids because I didn't want anything to happen to them.
So he would beat you, he would do all types of things to you that just made life unbearable, I'm
Yes,
sure.
very
Yes.
much so.
So how did you get out of that relationship?
Well, what he did was he took out his belt to give my daughter a whipping. And when he did, the belt buckle crossed at the very bottom of her eye. And that part of the belt could have gone inside of her eye
Wow.
and caused some severe damage. But thank God that it didn't happen.
Right.
And at that point, I knew that somehow, some way, with the help of God, I had to get out of there.
So you left and went where?
And I left based on this. The job that I was in, that program closed.
Okay.
And there was a dear friend of mine there who told me, she said, Patricia, we know what you're going through, but until you're ready to leave and do something about it, I can't help you. So when you're ready to make the move, to do something different, then you let me know.
Right.
And that's when that happened with my daughter and the belt buckle.
Okay, gotcha. You got out, got divorced.
Yeah, finally.
Right. And you were working.
I was working,
Okay.
doing good,
Doing good. Raising the children.
raising the kids.
And then what happened?
And then the expenses of being a single mom and taking care of 3 very active kids at school and in the community. And we know there's always a fee for this and a fee for that and so forth and so on. So I felt that I needed another job to make more money to take care of the kids. And I went to work for a company that's no longer in business. And as I became the bookkeeper there, and I sat there and I was given a list of companies to write checks for, and I did that.
Okay.
And I wrote those checks. And as time went on and the house payment came and other things with the kids and for myself, I wrote a check to myself.
Okay.
And that's what changed things. That's what changed things.
And you wrote a check to yourself because?
Because I was trying to not let the kids suffer. I wanted them to have the best of what I could give them. And their dad wasn't paying child support. And during those times, it was very hard to make the father of kids pay child support. They didn't have the strenuous discipline that they have when they don't pay that.
Your child support enforcement wasn't as stringent as it is now.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were trying to make it.
I was trying to make it as a single mom to keep my kids happy and do the right thing.
Right. So what happened after that?
What happened after that is I was sitting in the office one day and I had no understanding that the money that this company was receiving was federal funds. Part of that money was federal funds.
Okay.
Well, the agents came in and they asked for the books, and both myself and the executive director and the assistant director, we were arrested.
Oh, wow.
And down to the county jail we go. Well, I ended up with a 36 month sentence to federal prison.
Wow. What was that like?
It was very scary. The day that I went to court, I had just gotten off work, went and dropped the kids off at the park. Everybody had some type of activity going on. I can't remember exactly what. So I go to court. My attorney says, well, it's going to be quick. You're only going to get probation, or you're going to probably have to pay a fine, and things will be fine. So I believed him.
Oh, wow.
I believed him.
Okay.
So and I had paid him money to represent me. We get in federal court, and the judge becomes aggravated with him for some reason. I'm not sure whether he was barred to be a federal attorney. And those have been the things that I really don't want to go back and research and know. I just want to keep moving forward.
Right.
But the judge became upset. And I tried to talk to the judge to say, you know, I'll pay back what I owe, and just give me time to do it. And he told me to be quiet, and then he sentenced me to 36 months in federal prison.
Wow.
I was in a daze.
I bet.
And from that day on, I didn't see my children for close to a year.
Oh, my goodness.
From there to the Leon County Jail, then on after 3 months to the Mariana camp in Mariana, Florida, the federal camp for women in Mariana.
Wow. So 3 years in federal prison. And from there, you, once released, you were reunited with your children. And you began working again.
I began working again, suffering from severe diabetes and loss of kidney failure. I came home in December of 1997, and then August of 1998, I started on dialysis due to kidney failure.
Wow. And was that some of that related to the abuse that you suffered?
Yes.
In your marriage? Okay.
Yeah.
But from that point, you moved on and have become an author, a coach, a trainer, a teacher. You have a business, Butterfly Life Journeys.
Yes.
Right? So tell us more about that.
Okay. Well, when I was in prison, I met several ladies there who had been incarcerated for long periods of time. It was meant for me to be incarcerated because it changed my life. Incarceration gave me freedom to know that God had given me a purpose, and that he would show me what my purpose was. And these great women, and that's why I tell everybody that I meet when I tell my story, I thank God for my time in prison, because it made me the woman that I am today. It gave me God's love. I learned God's love, his grace, and his mercy, to know with God all things are possible. So that's when I started on the journey to search for my purpose. And my purpose is to be a voice and a vessel to women in our communities and all over these United States who've been formerly incarcerated, and to the ones of us who are incarcerated, to be there for them, to support them, to mentor them, to help teach and train them. And that's what I do in Butterfly Life Journeys.
You are now teaching in the very prison that you served in, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. The only female?
The only former female inmate to come back and teach a Federal Bureau of Prisons program called Threshold on Tuesday nights.
Excellent, excellent. And what types of things do you all talk about at Threshold?
At Threshold, we talk about setting goals. We talk about decision making. And just last night at class, we watched a movie. And in that movie, we talked about coming home and how vulnerable we are to the world that we're coming to. When we left prison, you know, we left prison behind, but we were pretty much protected. We knew our surroundings, but here we were coming back to our communities, not really knowing what's going on.
So being reunited with your children,
Right.
with your family,
Right.
with your friends and loved ones, and with society.
And sometimes having to reestablish the relationships with your children
Yes.
and
yes.
with your families.
Excellent. Very good. So
Yes.
you are serving as an advocate of sorts for
Yes.
women.
Yes. Yes.
Women ex-offenders
Yes.
who are reentering society. So
Yes.
I'm very thankful that you're here to share your story.
Thank you.
And for the awesome work that you're doing.
Thank you.
I hope
Thank
that you will come back and share more with us at a later time.
I most certainly will be happy to.
Excellent.
And thank you for having me today.
Our pleasure. Stay tuned for more conversations. Welcome back to Conversations with Nicole. Joining me now is Lucretia Shaw-Collins, the program director of the Bethel Ready for Work program. Welcome, Lucretia.
Thank you so very much for inviting me.
You're welcome. So Ready for Work, tell me all about that.
Boy, there's so much to tell.
Okay.
This program was launched in November 7th of 2016 after about a year and a half of working with the legislature and trying to get funding for a transformational reentry program for ex-offenders. My pastor, Reverend R.B. Holmes, was the one who brought this to our attention and felt that there was a need to provide assistance for individuals who were returning home from prison into the Leon, Gaston, Wakulla, and Jefferson County areas, into the Big Bend community. He recognized the fact that we had over 1,000 people coming back to Tallahassee every year. 1,000 people going into prison, 1,000 coming back. And unfortunately, based on statistics, 75% of them would return to prison within a 3-year period.
Wow, that's huge.
And we felt it was mainly because they didn't have a job. They weren't able to take care of themselves and their families. So they reverted back to their old habits
Exactly.
of committing crimes.
Right.
We met with a lot of stakeholders. We met with members of the legislature, presented our story to them, and we were successful in 2015 of receiving the funding that we requested, but the governor vetoed our proposal, stating that it wasn't evidence-based. He wanted to make sure that state dollars were going to be spent correctly. So we partner with the program in Jacksonville called Operation New Hope, which has been doing this for the last 18 years. They've been recognized by Presidents Bush, Clinton, and Obama as a national model for reentry.
Excellent.
And so we've actually started recruiting people that are coming home, people even in the prison system, saying that once you get out, this is a job training, job placement program for you. and we are willing to assist you in finding a job. We're working with the business community, identifying businesses that will be willing to hire ex-offenders, and that's been difficult.
Really?
It's been difficult to find a lot of businesses who, other than in the restaurant area or even in construction, landscaping, Walmart, Home Depot, we've gotten those kind of businesses, but we've also received clients that have been in prison. The latest, I guess, 21 years was someone who had served time in prison, and he wasn't able to use a cell phone, had never been exposed to a computer.
Wow.
And of course, that's how you apply for jobs.
Right.
So we've really been working hard with him just to expose him to the real world. And it's unfortunate that that's not being done in our correctional system.
Right. So you all serve as a liaison of sorts to get him caught up on the technology
on life, because he actually served, as I said, the 21-year sentence and is determined not to go back to prison, which we appreciate that, because that's our whole goal, is to keep them from returning. But it's unfortunate that there aren't programs available in the institutions for those individuals. Now, there is at the Gaston Reentry Center in Havana a reentry facility, and it's only been in existence the last couple years. And they identify people who have less than 3 years in their sentences, and it serves the entire panhandle. So the chances of a person getting into that kind of facility aren't that great.
So how do ex-offenders come to find out about your program?
Well, other than us going to the institutions and introducing the program to them and telling them that this is a proven program that will assist them in identifying jobs, we are sending out letters to institutions. We are sending out flyers. We are meeting with church organizations and with other groups. We go to the probation and parole office, meet with people who are actually on probation. Our most recent adventure, and we're really excited about this, we met with our newly elected state attorney and the public defender, and they are willing to offer our program as a condition of probation for persons that are getting out of prison. So in the next couple of weeks, we expect to get an influx of offenders coming into our program. We call them clients.
Clients, yes.
They're returning citizens.
Okay, I like that, returning citizens.
And because we want them to get rid of the stigma that they've been living with all their lives. In a lot of instances, they have been career criminals. And we want them to realize that we're willing to give them a second chance. In some instances, another chance, a second or third chance. But what's really exciting about our program, we have a 4 to 6 weeks career development training program for them, where they have to come to our center, which is located at 428 West Tennessee Street, from 8:30 to 3 o'clock, Monday through Thursday, and on Friday from 8 to 12. And they participate in a 29-module training program where we're introducing them to life skills, to how to deal with conflict resolution, how to prepare for an interview, how to write a resume, all the things that they need in order to be able to get a job. And after those 29 modules, and it takes about 4 weeks to complete them, then we send them to a completers class where we give them in-depth studies on interviews techniques, how to communicate with co-workers and with supervisors. Then we send them out on interviews. We actually take them to their first interview.
Do you do mock interviews with them?
Definitely.
Okay.
Conversations with Nicole. Come and have a little talk with me. Conversations with Nicole. Come on and speak to me.
definitely.
Have you all partnered with entities like Career Source?
Yes.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Career Source actually provided us with suits that we've been able to give to our male clients once they complete our course. And we were very thankful for that, because a lot of these individuals get out of prison with $50 and the clothes they have on their backs. So they've actually been going to the Kearney Center, because a lot of them cannot go back home, should not go back home, because that was the environment that they lived in that caused the problems that they're having. And we not only are partnering with Career Source, we've also partnered with Dis Village to provide mental health and substance abuse counseling. The Bethel Family Counseling Center also assists us in providing counseling. We have a transitional housing program that we're offering up to 3 months of housing for them once they've entered our program, and we are able to observe them for a while and decide that that's what we're willing to do. And we have 3 of our clients living in Westgate community, which is a transitional housing community. We provide bus passes for them. We provide clothing. We have a clothes closet. We're also offering GED and diplomas for them.
So you all are doing it
We're
all.
a wraparound approach because we know that the needs are so great.
And it's holistic.
It is. And as I said, we launched the program November the 7th, which is only 4 months. We have actually seen, either through them walking in or them being referred by their probation officer or people just calling in, 157 people. Because of our eligibility criteria, meaning they cannot have a sex offense and they cannot be a habitual felon offender, only about 52 of those persons have been deemed eligible for the program.
Gotcha.
And of that 52, only 20 of them have actually started the program, because we also require drug testing. We drug test them before they start our orientation program. We do a random drug test, and we drug test them before they go out for the interviews. We want the businesses to know that we're well vetting these offenders, because we want to become an employment agency. We want, when they have an opening, we want them to come to us, because our clients have gone through this process of being ready for work.
So what other employers would you like to see get involved with the program?
Any employer who is willing to give our offenders a chance. We aren't being selective as to who we partner with. We just know that these individuals deserve an opportunity to take care of themselves and their families. And as I said, right now it seems to be in the construction area, landscaping, a lot of manual labor, because a lot of them don't have any kind of work experience. And we tell them, because you sold drugs, you were really an entrepreneur. You have the skill set. It was just illegal what you did. So let's transfer that
those skills to something
more
else,
positive
something
type
that's
of
legal.
Exactly.
So what are some of your needs?
We need clients. We need eligible clients. We act with the contract we have with the Department of Corrections, and that's the agency that we're partnering with. We estimated that we would see at least 65 clients in that first fiscal year, which ends June 30th. Well, because we only have 20 in the program now, we're on a fast track to try to get more clients in. We have the space available at our facility. We have the needs, are great. We just need the clients to come in and be committed to the program. They come and they're there for a couple of days, but a lot of them come in and say, I need a job now. I can't wait the 4 to 6 weeks that this program offers. I need to take care of myself. I have to pay restitution, and I need to work now, and we don't offer that. We want them to go through our program and then send them out for employment.
Well, hopefully your joining us today will help get the word out and get you those clients that you need. What did you call the population again?
Our clients? Our returning citizens.
Our returning citizens. So hopefully some returning citizens, their families, their friends will see this broadcast and refer them to you all, because we would like to get that connection going. So I want to thank you for joining us today.
I really appreciate the opportunity. You don't realize how excited I was about coming, because I just want people to realize that that there are opportunities available for people in this community, and we're here to serve.
Okay, we appreciate it. Hopefully you'll come back and give us an
Give you
update
an
on what you're
update.
doing. Yes.
We just want the legislature to fund our program next session.
Okay.
And that's what we're waiting for.
All right.
And
Well,
Representative Alexander has filed our bill for us. So
Oh,
we need
wonderful.
people to talk about House Bill 2527,
Okay.
which is our funding proposal.
sounds good. Well,
Okay.
thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on Conversations with Nicole.
Thank you for tuning in to Conversations with Nicole, where we connect the community through conversations. For more information on this or previous shows, visit Conversations with Nicole on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I am Nicole Everett, and we'll see you next time.
Conversations